Hi, welcome to a new reading vlog. We have a little bit of company right there. So me and my friend Jamie decided that we would give each other a TBR based on the books on our TBR shelves, and we're choosing each other's books. We decided on 5 books, so I thought I would pull out the books she's chosen for me. And I have a list. So I found 2 of the ones she's chosen so far, and I'm just gonna figure out where all the rest is. That's wait. There it is. So I found all of the books now. So I have Black Sam by Rebecca Brownhorse, All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, The Girl Who Speaks Bear by Sophie Anderson, Wolf by Rodden, and The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. 5 books, different genres. Awesome to have like fantasy, historical fiction, middle grade, and all of these books I've been really interested to pick up for a long time. I just haven't gotten around to it. So like our goal with this entire reading vlog is basically to get each other to pick up books that we've read ourselves and we really like and we want the other one to read as well. Or in my case, I chose one book for her that I own but I haven't actually read myself yet. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to these. It's gonna be so much fun. I thought I would tell you guys which books I told Jamie to read. So I gave her Valor by John Gwynne because it's the 2nd book in the Faithful and Fallen series, and I love that series, as you know. She really loved the 1st book, Malice, and she just needs to continue on with the series, to be fair. And then the other one is the Extremely Inconvenient Life of Bronte Middlestone, I think it's titled. It's so long. By Jacqueline Moriarty. Love this book. Jamie needs to read it. And the 3rd one is En världsomseglare under havet by Jules Verne. This is definitely one of my favorite classics. It's the only Jules Verne classic I've read by him. No, I think I read a short story by him as well. Anyways, she needs to read it. And I also gave her She Who Became the Sun because I own it myself. I haven't read it, and I think we both need to read it, but this way she can tell me if she likes it or not, because it sounds really cool. And then the 5th and last book was Sky Pirates, which I read a long time ago, but I really enjoyed it. And I know Jamie loves middle grade. So those were all the books we want each other to read. Hopefully we'll have a good reading experience. And I know we gave each other like 5 books, but we also said if we don't have the time to finish all of them, it's fine. Either we'll get to continue on a different time, or we'll just basically continue on the following week. So yeah, this is definitely not going to be the last time we do this because we're having way too much fun, and also we had such a hard time to narrow it down to only 5 books a person because we wanted to give each other like 20 books to read, and that's not going to work. So there'll definitely be a part 2 and basically part 500 of this, I guess. But yeah, that's all for now. Good morning! It's the first day of the actual reading vlog, and I have my little stack of books here, and I try to sort it in some kind of order of what I will be reading them, which is not, you know, set in stone or anything, but this is my original plan at least. Try to spread out the genres and stuff and thickness. So the book I have started is The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, which I read like 5 pages of, but I've started it. And then we have All the Light You Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, The Girl Who Speaks Bear by Sophie Anderson, Wolf by Rodden, and Black Sam by Rebecca Brownhorse. That was really heavy to hold. So yeah, these are all of the books that my friend Jamie wanted me to read this week. I've already spent 1 week being up to 1:30 like every single night, so I don't know if I can do it for another week because I'm an old lady. I'm asleep by 11 usually. So we'll see how it goes, because I feel like the living dead right now. But yeah, the first book I will be reading is The Invisible Life by Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab. It's such a beautiful book. So this one we meet Addie, or Adeline. I didn't know her like full name was Adeline because I know a person named that, and was a little bit like, okay. Anyways, Addie has made a pact with like the devil, I think, or God or some sort, and she will live forever, but nobody can remember her name. Nobody can remember meeting her. No one can remember any like sort of conversation they've had with her or anything like that. And that's the way it's been for the past like 300 years, until she meets a guy that actually remembers her. So that's the plot of the book. It sounds really interesting. I've had this book on my shelf for a while. A lot of these books I've had on my shelf for a while, so it's good that Jamie's trying to make me read them, because I do really think that I would enjoy a lot of these books, if not all of them, hopefully. So yeah, I love V. Schwab's other books, so hopefully I will enjoy this one too. It is a little bit of there's a few pages to get through, but yeah, I think it will be a fun read. So hi. So I was supposed to start reading the books that Jamie picked out yesterday, and I did start, so don't look at me like that, but I ended up going to the spa with my friend, and you're not allowed to film there, so I didn't update you guys. And then we went out to eat, and when I came home I was completely beat. I was tired. So I didn't end up reading very much, and I was gone like the majority of the day. So I did start The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, but I'm on page like 29 or something like that. So we haven't really gotten that far into the story. Basically we're just starting to figure out how the whole people forget her name and who she is aspect of it, because Addie has been seeing this guy, but every day he forgets about her, who she is and everything like that. She went to the store and they forgot that she was there and stuff like that. So it's you're figuring out like how it works and stuff like that. And then you also get flashbacks to when she was little, from when she was 6 years, 12 years, 16 years. So it still jumps a little bit, but you get to know how she was when she was a kid. So I'm hoping that soon we will find out like how and why she ended up, you know, living for centuries, and how everybody forgot about her. That we get that story, so hopefully we'll get that soon. But yeah, it's a quick read so far. I'm enjoying it, but that's basically all I can say so far, because I'm 29 pages in. And then I didn't have this as an ebook as well, so when my fiance went to sleep, I couldn't continue reading it. So I picked up All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, which is another book that Jamie wanted me to read. Kind of matches my sweater, to be fair. So yeah, I got about 24 pages into this one. And to be fair, I was very tired, so I don't even know what I read. But we made Mary Lore, I don't know how they pronounce name, sorry. And she's 6 years old, she is blind. This takes place during the Second World War, and she has basically this sort of miniature city of the ones they live in. So it's like Paris, and they have these miniatures of all the houses and everything like that, so that she, even though she's blind, is supposed to be able to, you know, find her way home, because she has the miniature at home and she can track her steps and stuff like that. And also her father made it for her. And then the Nazis invade Paris and they start bombing them and stuff, and she is alone in the house, and her grandfather has been, I think it was her grandpa she lived with, great uncle maybe, and he hasn't made his way home. She hasn't seen him for 2 days, and then the Nazis invade, and you know, she's just trying to stay alive, and that's basically where I am, because not a lot has happened yet so far either. So I read like 63 pages or something yesterday, so it's not too bad in total, but I've been reading a lot more the last 2 weeks, so we'll see how it goes. We'll have company over here, don't we? Babush. But yeah, so today I have a shitload of things to do, because I'm supposed to go away to my parents' summer house, so I don't know how much time I will have to read, but I am going on a train, so I'll be reading this one for that. But yeah, now I just need to like do laundry, go out with the garbage. I need to pack, so I need to get my bag from storage. I'm so tired. But yeah, that's where we at. Hi, so I'm at my parents' summer house now. Made it. But I've been reading some Ada LaRue, and I'm on page 127 now, so it's not that far, but this is a really quick read. Like, I'm flying through it. And I mean, we have found out why she was basically cursed to live for centuries, and no one will be able to remember her. She can't really leave a mark on the world. She can't even write her own name or say her own name. And yeah, I'm really liking so far. Addie is definitely intriguing. She meets a lot of interesting people, and yeah, the flashbacks are really interesting too. I feel like they build up the story in a really good way, and I think we have started to see a little bit of the character that is supposed to be the one that can remember her, and I'm intrigued to see where it unfolds, to say the least. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this so far. I cannot believe I didn't pick it up sooner, because I generally really like V.A. Schwab or Victoria Schwab, whichever age range you go for. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this one more. Hopefully I'll get some more reading done. Currently I'm editing this vlog. But yeah, I'll continue reading this one, and it's currently Tuesday, so how I'm going to read 5 books in the last few days of the week, I have no idea, but I'm gonna try. Hi, good morning. She's like 11:30 right now, and I didn't update you guys yesterday, so I thought I would do it today. So yesterday I actually ended up finishing The Invisible Life of Ada LaRue by V.E. Schwab. I read like 380 something pages in this, and I'm really proud of that. But yeah, I read for a couple of hours, and then I just got so tired, so then I ended up like editing videos, writing some reviews and stuff, and then all of a sudden it's been 5 hours of not reading. So I ended up reading the last like 200 pages or so before going to bed, so it's up to like 12:30, which technically wasn't too bad, considering I've been up to like 1:30 every night since vacation started. But yeah, I really enjoyed this one. It's very like lyrical writing and very descriptive and stuff like that, and I like the flashbacks that we get from Addie's life, finding out what her life was like before she became immortal basically and lost her ability to age and for people to remember her, and also what happened afterwards and all the countries she's been to, all the everything she's learned since then and up until she met Henry. And then we get to know Henry, the guy that actually remembers her. We get to know his past and up until we meet her, and also his thoughts and feelings a little bit during the relationship as well. And I really liked them together, and I liked them apart, and I liked the sort of flashbacks, like I said. And it was a really quick read, and I really enjoyed it. Wasn't completely sold on the ending though, but yeah, it was a solid read, and I think I gave this 4 out of 5 stars. And then this morning I continued on reading All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr. I was on like page 24 since Monday night, and now I've read 78 pages. So page 103, and still have quite a bit to read. And if you want to finish all the 5 books that Jamie gave me to read during this week, I have to read 1 book a day these days for the rest of the week. So in that case I have to read a total of 504 pages in this today to finish it. So I don't know if that's gonna happen, but I mean, I read basically 80 pages already, so maybe it's workable. Maybe it will happen. But yeah, this book has really short chapters, which makes it feel like you're flying through it, even though time-wise you're not. I've checked. But yeah, we Marie-Louise's story is really interesting. We also know this German guy named Werner and his sister, and we get to follow the sort of German side of the war, and I like both of their perspectives. I am expecting them to meet at some point. I don't know, maybe they will, maybe they won't, I don't know. But yeah, I haven't, not that much have happened, but the war has started and shit is going down, and I feel like this will be a very interesting read, so I look forward to continuing on with it.
Hi, Denise. You look so tired, babies. Huh? You look so tired, babies.
Nothings. The nobodies. They die. Easy. He sweeps his eyes along the ranks and swings his hose and...
I've been reading like a crazy person because I actually somehow, I don't even know how, ended up finishing All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr yesterday, and I don't know how, because I read 504 pages yesterday. 504 pages in one day, and I listened to like maybe 70 of those pages on audiobook while picking blueberries and like while writing some reviews for my blog and stuff like that. But everything else I read physically, and that's just insane. But yeah, it was a somewhat quick read. Took me like 10 hours to read it, but you know, I did it. But yeah, I really liked Verna and Marie-Laurie, is that how you said? Their different stories and how they intertwine and everything like that. Like Etienne and Madame, what's your face? From the Marie-Laurie side of the story. It was just very interesting and heartfelt, and also of course dark and stuff. Shit went down. But yeah, Marie-Laurie was really like inspiring in a way, because she was so independent and she could find her way around the entire city just by the help of having learned the sort of miniature houses that her father had made. And yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I ended up giving it 4 out of 5 stars. And then today I went to the spa again with my friend, just because they got it wrong on Monday. So we went there, got a facial. So that was like the most comfiest like experience of my life. I've never done it before, and I feel like I'm still glowing. But yes, it was so nice. So I have not have a reading time, but I did start reading The Girl Who Speaks Bear by Sophie Anderson, which is the 3rd book that Jeremy chose for me. I am currently halfway through, so I have like 205 pages left, and the goal is to finish it today, but she's like 9:40 p.m. right now, so I don't know how it's gonna go, but it's a really quick read. There's some illustrations and stuff, so I feel like it could happen. But yeah, I read this on the train back from the summer house into the city and then back again, so I didn't have a lot of reading time, but I did get far through it. And yeah, it's cute, it's fast, very magical, mysterious, talking animals, you know, love it. I was in the city when I couldn't read because I was walking. I actually listened to Black Sun by Rebecca Brownhorse, which is the another book Jamie chose for me, and I don't really know how far I am because I haven't double checked. This was just an estimate somewhere around there. So yeah, I listened quite a big chunk, like maybe 80-90 pages or something like that. Like I said, I'm not good with audiobooks, especially not when it's adult fantasy, because I don't remember shit and I get confused with names and stuff because I really need to like see it. So I don't really have a lot to say. We met the main character and he's got like some sort of carved tattoo kind of thing on his back, and then his parents were fighting about it and shit is about to go down, I feel like. So yeah, I think it was in preparation of the winter solstice. Solstice? Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. But seems interesting enough. We'll see if I have more thoughts about it when I actually read it physically. But so yeah, technically I've read from 2 different books. But I'm gonna try to read some more now. So hopefully I will be able to finish it because I'm really enjoying it. And like I said, I'm flying through it. So it's actually like Monday now, and I haven't updated you guys in a few days because I don't know what happened. Anyways, I don't remember how much I told you guys, but I did finish Wolf by Wolf by Rodden in 1 day, and I finished this on Saturday, I want to say. And as you saw from the previous clips, we went on a little bit of an adventure for the day, and I didn't think I'd be able to finish this one because I read like 50 pages in the car and then it was just too many small rows and made me nauseous. I couldn't read more. But yeah, I ended up finishing this one at like 1:20 a.m. I was pretty proud of it. But yeah, I don't think I've told you guys what this is about even, but basically this is what would have happened if Hitler actually won the Second World War and how he would basically take over the world. And we have this girl who was in one of the camps, and she basically got a lot of medication shot up into her arm, and that made her so she can skin shift and she can change the way she looks. So she ends up impersonating this girl called Adele Wolf, who was part of this sort of motorcycle race. In the end, you get to meet the Führer. So she impersonates her and shit goes down. And this was such a quick read. Like, this is 370 something pages and I flew through it, and it was really enjoyable and very different take on the Second World War than I read previously. Yeah, I really enjoyed this one, and I gave it like 4 out of 5 stars. And then Sunday I read Black Sun by Brownhorse. I'd listened to like 73 or so pages of this on audiobook previously, and then I ended up reading the rest physically. And this is an adult fantasy. Basically it's about, you know, the gods are supposed to walk the earth again, and we get to follow like, what is it, 3 different characters and how they're sort of a big how they're a part of that. And there's basically a lot of religion involved and politics and stuff like that. This was also a surprisingly quick read since it's an adult fantasy, but there was a lot of drama, a lot of death, a little bit of magic. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one. I like the characters, I like the sort of intrigues. It was hard to predict what was going to come, and the magic was really cool as well. It was very well written. Had a nice flow to it, so I ended up giving this book 4 out of 5 stars as well. So yeah, I ended up reading all of the 5 books. So I read all of the 5 books that Jamie chose for me, and I've been up very late every night because Black Sun I finished at 3:55 tonight, so I've slept like 6 hours and a beat. So definitely don't want to read this much every week because sleep, what is that? But yeah, I read 5 books, 5 out of 5 books I enjoyed. 5 out of 5 books I gave 4 stars. I gave all of them 4 stars. I don't know how. But yeah, actually have to pack my bag now because going back home for a few days. So I'll give you guys a finished like overall wrap up when I get home because I need to finish packing, and I'll tell you guys how many pages I ended up reading and a little bit more summarization of the earlier books, which we do not remember after these days. But yeah, so as you can see from the background, I'm once again home, but I thought I would summarize this vlog and wrap it all up. So I ended up reading 5 books like I said before, and the first one was The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue, and I ended up giving this book 4 out of 5 stars. It was a really quick read. It had LGBTQ plus representation, only plots that I haven't read before, so it was very nice to read something new. And yeah, I really liked the characters and everything like that, and flew through it. And then I read All the Light We Cannot See by Anthony Doerr, which also gave 4 out of 5 stars. It was a somewhat quick read, and it was just interesting to see how Verna and Mary-Laure sort of grew up, and their different childhoods, depending on one was Jew and the other one was, you know, born in Germany. So yeah, it was really interesting and nice to see how it all wrapped up and they actually met and stuff like that. So yeah, 4 out of 5 stars. And I read The Girl Who Speaks Bad by Sophie Anderson. I flew through this book. It was so quick. It was magical. Animals could talk. Main character, a little bit mysterious around her birth and childhood and stuff like that. And yeah, really enjoyed it. Then I get 4 out of 5 stars. And then I read Wolf by Wolf by Rodden. Definitely a new take on the Second World War, because this is how the world would have looked like if Hitler actually won. And yeah, it was fast-paced. You didn't really know what was going to happen, and I liked the characters, and it was pretty darn cool and kick-ass female characters, and I definitely want to continue on with the series. I do own the second book, so I want to jump right into that one. But yeah, get it 4 out of 5 stars. And then the 5th and final book that I read was Black Sun by Rebecca Brownhorse, which actually got 4 out of 5 stars because that's what I gave all of them. Yeah, this was a very quick adult fantasy. It was magic, a little bit insta-lovey. So I didn't really get that, but like giant flying crows and magic and like people worshipping gods and stuff, and gods returning to earth. It was really mystical. I really enjoyed it, and I gave 4 out of 5 stars. Yeah, that was the summarization of all of the books that Jamie made me read. It was really fun. We've already talked about doing this again a lot of times. Jamie wanted to do it like right away. So it was really fun. We're going to do it again, and hopefully we get some more books that I read that we've had on our TBR for a while. And yeah, I will link Jamie's Instagram account down below if you want to check her out, and also link the other videos that she has been a part of, because she was in a few of them when she visited me a couple of years ago. So I'll link those down below, and yeah, I hope you guys have a nice day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.